I just got to the part where Manon and Abraxos, by the way, it is a male, she finally got him to fly. I was scared. I honestly was like, oh, she's gonna go splat. And we're never gonna hear about this Manon again. And then I was like, well, that doesn't make sense. Why? I have heard of Manon, I have heard of Rowan and Aelin, and at the time I didn't know when we were gonna get introduced to Aelin before I read the series. I had like seen stuff about them and then I swiped away because I was like, oh, I want to read that. I don't want to know the spoilers. And I got gaslit by my friend that told me to read this series and was like, oh, she's a character we meet later on. I'm looking at you. No, I'm kidding. But it was for the plot. They finally flew and oh, I was so like giddy. Also real quick, before I go back to reading, I want to talk about something that happened. She causes Abraxos a worm. I absolutely love that. It was thanks to Abraxos, the flower-loving worm, and then proceeds to reference him as like willful, lazy worm, different worm things. So that's hilarious. I love that. I think I will also be referring to him as a worm. There's this part where it says that Rowan, or it hints, might not be completely happy serving Maeve. So that's interesting. I think that'll have something to do with the plot. Also, something else, we found out that Aedion has been her friend and was her only friend when she was a kid. And we got this POV, or like a flashback while she was sleeping, talking about how like people are scared of her and all these things, and that he's her only friend. And yeah, remember when I said I wanted him to die? One guy who I would like to die, Aedion. I don't. I really like him now. I am genuinely excited for them to meet up again. Another part that upset me was the healer, then kissed Dorian again. I'm gonna need Sarah to stop. I don't know how much longer I can take Dorian kissing the wrong girl. And before I finish this little reaction to where I am, when Selena and Rowan were racing to that town where the lady was murdered, Rowan was playing with her and like poking her and doing these things. Color me confused, because that's what I am. What's going on? I don't know if I should be shipping them or being like, surely it's friendly. I think I'm just gonna start thinking of it as friendly because that's all it can be. They're cousins, right? Here I am like talking myself out of the fact that maybe they're not cousins and I should ship them. I really don't know. But all I know is I'm never ever going to ship Kale and her. So yeah, okay, I'm gonna get back to reading. I'll let you guys know whenever I have another update. Okay, so remember when I said that Rowan was growing on me? I kind of like him. I'm excited to see what happens. Yeah, I take that back. I still take that back. Who even let me say that I like kind of liked him? I liked when, don't tell anybody, but I liked when he bit her. Yeah, I take that so back. I hope that she eventually punches him in the no-no square, in his face, claws out his eyes for all I care. I don't even care right now that I might be putting my foot in my mouth. I don't even care, because why is he the worst person ever? Like, he better have some tragic, horrible, left on the doorstep in the rain as an infant, left in the forest to survive all on his own story, which I doubt, because I'm pretty sure he's like a noble, or like the equivalent, because he's like, I know I'm a little upset right now to even form a coherent thought, but literally his friend Gabrielle came and he was tattooing him, which I think the tattoos are like binding promises to each other or something. That's my thought. I don't know yet. We haven't been told. But when she just needed a friend, she just needed someone, and he's like, there's nothing that I can give you, nothing that I want to give you. You are not owed an explanation for what I do outside of training, and then goes on to just berate her. You are nothing to me. I do not care. Go die in a ditch alone. Actually, bleed out slowly. Or what's painful? Asphyxiation? No, because don't you just pass out? I don't know. I'm in the medical field. I should know. I don't care. I don't like him anymore. I don't like him. I'm putting my foot down. And then it says, she walked away without another word. With each step she took back to her room, that flickering light inside of her guttered and went out. I even put, I messed up on my underlining, so don't judge, but I even put a sad face. I'm annoyed. I'm mad. I'm upset. Why is he so bad? Why? And I don't know. There better be a good explanation, because he's now, Kale is number 1. Rowan, buddy, you're number 2. Watch your back. I'm coming for you. I don't know how, but I am. And yeah, anyways, I'm going to keep reading. Alrighty, so I saw the storm clouds coming in, but I was like, surely it won't start raining. Like, I'll feel if it does. I had just taken a break and checked on my fiance and made sure that he was fed and watered and still alive. And it's actually starting to rain, so I'm gonna relocate to the front porch so I can still be outside, because I love hearing the rain. But yeah, look, today has turned into a reading day, I guess. We're just see how much we can read before dinner time, because after dinner I am going to pay attention to my fiance. No, he has his own hobbies, does his own things, but after dinner we are going to spend some time together, because I start my 10-day stretch of working 10 days in a row, but then I get 4 days off, so kind of nice. But anyways, okay, we're changing locations. All right, so remember when I said that I knew I was going to eat my words, and I literally said I don't care? Remember when I said that Rowan was number 2 on my shit list? Yeah, I do in fact feel bad for that. I just got to part 2, Heir, Fire. Well, at least that's like literally what it's called. Part 2. And we just learned about Rowan's backstory. And now I feel like a jerk. They're both lost. They're both kind of in the same place. Like I said earlier this morning when I was filming my recap, I do think that he's a necessary character. He's going to help her grow. And now I even stand by that more so, because he's going to help her get through. She's not going to be lost anymore. She's not going to be feeling sorry. And I think, like they said, he said, maybe we could find the way back together. And she said, I think, barely more than a whisper, I would like that very much. He held out a hand together then. And then somewhere far deep inside her, an ember began to glow. So he extinguished her ember and has now brought it back. And I'm satisfied with that. Rowan, you're no longer number 2 on my shit list. And I'm sorry for saying that you were. Okay. I ran out of time reading, and I didn't get to update you guys on what I read about from the last time we talked. The last time we talked, I had just started part 2, if I'm correct. But it's just like Sarah J. Maas's books. Right now, there's not much going on. There will be when I get closer to the last 100 pages. Right now, I'm at 368. I'm probably going to read like 20 more pages before bed tonight, and then I do have a busy day tomorrow, so I don't know if I'll be able to read. We'll see. But some things that I would like to talk about, how they're finding out about the 3 towers and stuff, like the triangle that it creates for the spell that got rid of the magic. I think that's so cool. It's so fun figuring this out piece by piece as the book goes along. It's really interesting. What was super cool was Manon getting the spider silk for the wings for Abraxos. That was cool. As soon as I figured out where she was going, I was like, oh, that's so cool. I'm so excited. When she tricked the spiders, that's definitely going to have retributions in the future. I'm excited to see what actually comes of that, to be honest with you. I'm a little nervous, so we'll see what happens. When the Yellowlegs Heir Iskira started whipping Abraxos, I was angry. I was so angry. I was like, the gall on this girl. And I think I might have already mentioned this, but we found out that the tattoo that Rowan was tattooing on Graven, I think his name was actually basically a grief tattoo because of his fallen soldiers. So, and then he lets Selena or Aelin. I'm still calling her Selena until she starts referring to herself as Aelin, okay? Which, I don't know, I have a feeling it might be soon because things are changing. But her and Rowan are getting close now that they had their little moment. They both decide that they're both lost and broken. There's a part where, and I want to read this to you guys. A feral smile. Okay. A feral smile, and he grabbed her by the chin. Not hard enough to hurt, but enough to get her to look at him. First thing, he breathed. Okay, wait. We're not friends. I'm still training you, and that means you're still under my command. The flicker of hurt must have shown, because he leaned closer, his grip tightening on her jaw. Second, whatever we are, whatever this is, I'm still figuring it out too. So if I'm going to give you the space you deserve to sort yourself out, then you damn well give it to me. She studied him for a moment, their breath mingling. Deal, she said. I don't know if I'm making it a big deal, but tell me that doesn't mean something. I'm really confused, and I don't know what's going on. I'm like, one minute, no, they're cousins. The next minute, like, that happens. I feel like I'm being gaslit. Are they cousins or not? Is he a love interest or not? I have no idea. So I think I'm going to give up because at this point, I'm just torturing myself with, are they cousins? Are they lovers? Oh, Jesus, take the wheel. What's happening? Can someone please put me out of my misery? Don't, actually, because I don't want it spoiled. But I'm just gonna be dramatic. Someone put me out of my misery. I'm so confused. And I think we're supposed to be, as the reader, led down this rabbit hole of what is going on. Are they, aren't they? Are they, aren't they? Let me just repeat that again for you. Are they, aren't they? 3 times. But yeah, I don't know. But they're becoming closer friends. He's becoming more tolerable now that we know kind of his backstory a little bit, some things, and they start sharing some things between each other, and he's no longer number 2 on my shit list. We already figured that out. Oh, and also the fact that Dorian and Sorsha, the healer, again, why do I keep trying to say her name when we've already established I'm going to call her the healer? The fact that he's spending the night in her room, but they haven't, like, done anything. Womp womp. That is 2 thumbs down. If I wasn't holding the camera with my other hand, I'd be putting 2 thumbs down because what the flipping flip is this? I still don't like it, but whatever. He can be with the healer all he wants because you and I both know that Dorian and Aelin are endgame, and have his tryst, have his side girls all he wants so that he can emotionally mature for whenever Aelin comes back, because she said, and he remembers and recalls it a lot throughout so far, because that makes sense. So far throughout the POVs that we've got of him, that she said she'll come back for him, which she will, because she is a word keeper, a keeper of her word, okay? So Dorian, whatever, makes you happy in the meantime while Selena's gone. Let me be dramatic. Thanks. So I have about 100 pages left of Heir, so I figure let's finish the last 100 pages in my library, book room, craft room, whatever I call this room, together like this, where my camera's close by and I can actually give you my full reactions. Because we all know the last 100 pages where everything is going down and things are already starting to go down. The barrier just went down that she was holding of her fire, and the princes have been sipping on her, and we just got the whole story of what happened the nights that her parents passed or got murdered. So yeah, things are getting good. Also, I have been pronouncing a lot of people's names wrong. I'm here to rectify that. I think I've literally been pronouncing her name wrong this entire time, and I had no idea until I heard it in the audiobook at work today, and I was like, oh, whoopsies. Because I'm listening to the Assassin's Blade audiobook, because I had bought that before I started reading the series to see if I would like it, and then I was like, oh, I need to read this series, so I can't just listen to it at work. So I wanted something to listen to at work today, so I was listening to that, and I realized the narrator pronounced it Selena with an S, and I think I was pronouncing it Selena. So it's Selena. I'm so sorry. Also, Kale, I got that one right. And Adion. I'm pretty sure that's right. I keep filming this and then having to stop it to go listen to the video on how to pronounce his name. And I've done this 3 times now. I'm giving up, okay? I'm pretty sure it's Adion. We're gonna go with that. So anyways, all right. I'm gonna get into reading. Enough chit chat. I'm sitting on my comfy chair and let's go. Holy flip. Okay, so I had to stop doing that little reading montage because the mowers came. What just happened? Like, I so called it. I knew. You guys saw me going back and forth. Are they a thing? Are they just cousins? Am I being weird? Like, what's going on? And I never said it, and I kept meaning to. I have to let the puppy do his thing. But I kept meaning to. But the fact that they would talk to each other kind of like telepathically, I was like, there's something going on. There's something. Anyway, so her and Rowan just like blood oath bond, I think. They shared magic together, so they're compatible. They're, what's that word? Karanam? Karanam. And when he was like, I claim you too, Aelin. Ah, my heart! My heart. I still think, I don't know where it's going to go between them. Are they going to be mates? Are they just going to be like bestest of friends? I don't know. Am I still on Hildorian? Maybe. I don't know. That scene really turned the tide for me. Really did. I honestly just thought, I think even in the last clip, I don't know because it's been a couple days since I've been able to read, but I think even in the last clip, I was like, they're just best friends. End of story. You know, end of. But yeah, I don't know now. I'm all like giggly. Wow, literally so much is happening. The whole world just found out that Aelin is still alive. Everyone is traveling via horse to let everyone know, all these towns know to hold on. And Dorian is just like, she hadn't forgotten him. And he's, you know, fully committed to trying to get rid of his father's spell on the continent, and so that he can let her know that he did not forget her. Remember when I said that I would die on the hill that it's Dorian and Selena? Yeah, I take it back. I no longer think Dorian is a love interest. I think they're just best friends. Throwback to me, you know, I'm gonna die on that hill. Yeah, no, they're really just best friends. I guess Dorian can be with the healer. I did like when Kale said that he thinks that the kingdom could use a healer as a queen. That was awesome. I liked that he was basically letting her know, hey, I approve. Like, that could so happen. So, it's great. Even though she doesn't believe in herself, she'll have to do some growing up. But yeah, I honestly, my predictions right now, I don't know how, but I think it's going to be Selena and Rowan. Somehow, I don't know. I know they were cousins, so really confused, but they're bonded, so at least to some degree they're bonded. It's happening. I think it's gonna be Dorian and the healer. And as for Kale, I really don't know what's gonna be of him. I also believe that Adion he's gonna get everybody that's on that continent all together. Selena's gonna come back with Rowan, and they're gonna have a court, and it's gonna be great. And he's gonna be her right hand. Well, I guess, what about Rowan would still kind of be her right hand, but he'll be her guy. So yeah, anyway, so now I'm about to get to the part where they are reaching Dornell. So I'm going to read some more and I'll be back. I cannot believe it. Also, we need to talk about Arabin. I've been wondering where he's been. I don't know if I said something in any of these clips, but he might have the last ward key. So that is a problem. I'm really curious as to what's he's been doing, what's gonna happen with that. Ooh, I can't wait. But what just happened, and I have to talk quickly because I'm about to go hang out with my fiance, which is bad timing because I just finished this part in the book, and I really, really want to read, but I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be good. Anyways, Aelin is a freaking mastermind. Everything's coming together. She just showed up, the queen. Holy moly, that was insane. And then she freed Rowan. I so think, I don't know, I'm still like, but wait, they're low-key cousins. So somebody help me out here, put me out of my misery. What's gonna happen? No, don't tell me, I don't actually want to know. But yeah, she just freed him. How great is that? How great is that? And I literally, like, I just read that sentence and I have to go. So crazy. I will be finishing tonight. I just don't know if I'll film it because I think I might be out of sunlight, like even with my lighting. I don't think it'll be good, but we'll see. Alrighty guys, so I have finished Heir, Fire. Heir, Fire is God tier. I would give my left kidney, maybe my left lung, to read this for the first time again. I mean, 5 stars, infinity stars. This has been my favorite book of the series. People said Queen of Shadows was when they really fell in love with this series. No, for me, it's Heir, Fire. I don't even know how to begin to process what I read yet. So I'll probably sit down for a little bit and talk about my final thoughts with you guys tomorrow. Because it's now like, I think it's like almost midnight and I have to be up at 5. So I'm only getting 6 hours of sleep tonight. But that was absolutely crazy. That's worth being tired tomorrow. That was an amazing book. Okay, so we are done with Heir, Fire. I have had time to process my thoughts, my feelings. Like I said last night, even the next day thinking about it, this is still a 5-star book for me, infinity star. This one is God tier. This is the best one in the series that I've read thus far. It's amazing. Honestly, almost no words. The ending was crazy, diabolical even. What happened with the king, with Dorian. Chaol, I feel like also finally redeemed himself a little bit when he said, "And I will not serve you a moment longer. There is one true king in this room. There always has been, and he is not sitting on that throne." Chaol honestly won some points for me there. Not to mention what happened with the healer and Dorian. I didn't see that coming. I know this whole time I've been saying, not to mention how awful I felt when this whole time I said that Dorian can have his tryst, but when Selena comes back, he better be available. Why on earth did I say that? Why did you guys let me say that? I take it back. Is it possible? But anyways, yeah, that was actually crazy. I felt really bad for having said that because I truly think Dorian felt for her, and to see someone that you care about like that get is not something that anyone should go through. I do think it'll help Dorian grow a little bit. He's endured now a tragedy. I don't know. Like, the ending was just traumatic. Also, Aedion, oh my god, Aedion is now imprisoned. Hello? And Chaol is basically on the run trying to get him out. He's partnered back with Rin. They're gonna get Aedion out because he needs to be there to serve by Aelin's side. Also, I will now be referring to her as Aelin because at the end of the book, that's how she started referring to herself. I will say, one thing that I'm a little unhappy about in the ending is that she basically sent Rowan away. Was like, no, you come back when I tell you to come back. So I have a feeling that Queen of Shadows is not going to have a lot of Rowan content, and that's okay. That's okay. But Rowan really did make this book. Also, Aelin and Rowan, he did the blood oath. They already kind of bonded. I'm in shock. I am in shock. This whole time I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna refer to them. Their friendship is great, yada, yada, yada. I said someone would have to rock my socks off, and I think Rowan has. He has done a complete 180. I'm here for it. I'm sat. Rowan, hello. Crazy. This whole time, I was going back and forth. I thought I was crazy. I thought I was creepy because they were like low-key cousins. I don't have much to say, but he just rocked my socks off. Okay, also the 13, amazing. I love Manon. She's great. I'm really excited to see where that storyline goes. I have some ideas. I think perhaps that because she's kind of starting to see what's going on that she doesn't really like in the witches, like what's going on with all the witches. And I think somehow, some way, otherwise we wouldn't have been introduced to her unless she is truly supposed to be sort of a villain in the story. But I think she's going to eventually team up with Selena, and I'm really excited for that. I think they're going to be really good friends. I think, here's my prediction, I think that Manon and Selena are that's going to be her next really good girl that's a friend. So I'm really excited for that. I think that's going to be good. But yeah, I honestly don't have too much to say. I kind of said a lot of it last night. I'll give my left kidney, my left lung to reread this book. I still stand by that. I don't want to say this is the best book I've ever read, but it's definitely up there in my top 5. This book was amazing. I'm so glad I started reading this series and read this book. I lost sleep last night over it, and I wasn't even mad today at work when I was tired because it was so worth it, 100%. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. We finished Heir of Fire, and it was amazing. 5 stars, 5+. All right, bye guys.